Well, hello there, Space Ranger. It's nice to see you. For this story, we are going to read or hear the name's Rex Dangervest. I am a Lego figure who is the main in the space saving people's lives from Lego asteroids. Here's a question for you. Did you ever watch a show called Bluey? Well, if you haven't, I'll just start it off by saying that Bluey is a very weird show in my opinion. In this case, the show is basically Peppa Pig but with dogs. It centers around a blue Australian cattle dog named Bluey who lives with her family and her sister Bingo. However, after seeing this somewhat amusing episode of the show, I somehow started to become part of the religion. One day, I was in a Denny's just drinking a glass of lemonade when this waiter who was Lucas Barksey, asked if I would like anything to eat. I ordered some cinnamon roll pancakes with eggs, sausage, bacon, and hash browns. Delicious in my opinion. I was starting out staring out the window, wondering what I should do next, but after I finished eating until the Scarecrow showed up and told me that the thrift shop across the street was selling Bluey DVDs. I asked him what in the world Bluey was. I've already told you, but the Scarecrow wanted to tell me about it, so I let him. After my day was at Denny's, I then went to the thrift store to see if the Scarecrow's story was true. Before I went in, I met up with a baseball player named George Knox, and he told me about the angel from heaven played baseball, and before it was the craziest week for him. I then made my way inside the store and found a lot of weird stuff, such as totem poles of General Asquith and others. I then met up with this man who seemed to be right-handed, asking me how my day was. I was fine, and I went to the VHS section, where they had a lot of movies like The Simpsons, Iron Man, Barney's Great Adventure, Jurassic Park, and others. I then saw that the person in the Denny's was talking about there was a DVD of Bluey in the store. However, unlike those of Peppa Pig DVDs I used to buy back then, which had normal fronts, the front of the DVD had Bluey showcased of a devil bombing the school that Bluey went to. This looks interesting. I bought it for a good review, and the store clerk, who was something that China would wear back in the day, he warned me that if I watched the DVD, I would still have to start becoming part of a religion. And I told him to relax since I was going to church every Sunday morning. He believed me and he told me to be careful. I drove home to check the mail and said that I owed the government around $3. Pretty cheap than I expected. I have a neighbor and his name was Hartley's Harry, and he once got fired from the puppet show company after conspiracy theories state that he is responsible for teaching the children how to be naughty. Now, what a coincidence. Anyways, I then went to my house and inserted the DVD. The first thing that came on the writing screen was the freaky Fred said, "Warning, this DVD will force you to become of religion." The previews then came on, and the first preview showed involving people such as Gareth Eggplant, Blue M&M, and Sam Bransbury, Luna, Jason Teal, and Samuel L. Jackson, doing some floss for 32 seconds. The advertisement was a commercial for a party game for real men only. Another commercial came on and had Mr. Parks discuss that he has diabetes, just like Wilfred Brimley, and how you can cure the disease. Then it went to a shot of the menu, which had Bluey and Bingo doing some Orange Justice from Fortnite. I pressed play and then it went to the intro. But however, the actors were the original characters that didn't speak. It was Seymour Skinner, and narrating some names. That shit pissed me off because I continued watching. It started off with Bluey at school in the cafeteria, eating a sandwich with peanut butter, bananas, bacon, jelly, mayonnaise, and lettuce on it. Now that would have been delicious to make. It wasn't until a few bullies that were the junkyard dogs tried to tell Bluey to give her the sandwich. She said no and ran off, but the dogs chased her. Bluey got away with it and then was hiding in the principal's office. The best thing about it was that after the months of bullying, Bluey would have 5 weeks off from school while does the bullying stop program. Bluey then went home and then turned on the TV and saw a commercial that was so claiming that your soul will be sold to anything. After the title of the episode was The Devil and Bluey Healer, the title card then had a picture of what seemed to look like Barney the dinosaur as a demon. When the screen faded out, Bluey said, "That's it! I could sell my soul for a squirt gun." Then Barney the devil came and asked, "Is that what you wish for?" Bluey said yes, and the devil gave her the select prize. Then Barney said, "Remember, The only way that you'll use a squirt gun is if people are bullying you or tell you there's fire. All of a sudden, the fire alarm went off in the house, and Bluey heard it and ran to the kitchen. She squirted, and Mom said, "Thank you, dear. You're such a hero." The devil got upset and said, "You're not perfect." Mom got angry and said, "Well, excuse me, you dinosaur dressed as Satan. Why would you say that?" The devil claimed that Bluey sold her soul for a squirt gun. Once the devil left, the mailman, who happened to be Herbert Chapman, claimed that he was in the mail for Bluey Healer, and to my surprise, there was even a letter from the devil himself. I'm going to read you the letter, since I'm drinking a bottle of whiskey, so here I go. The letter said, "Dear Bluey Healer, because you weren't perfect about using the squirt gun, I have sent out a few punishments for you. One of these include 5 nightmares about random things, another of court session. I hope your family understands this. Do not sell another soul to me from now on. Sincerely, Satan." Bluey then said, "Whatever, I just need to protect myself from darn bullies." Then the things went all wrong. Later that night, Dad Healer was then putting Bluey and Bingo to bed. Bluey already asleep, just happily resting. When the lights turned off, that's when I saw a diddly damn monster from Courage the Cowardly Dog saying that Bluey is not perfect. After the nightmare had ended, Bluey woke up screaming. She then fell back to sleep, but another nightmare, and this time involved Bluey inside of something coming out of a Reading Rainbow TV show, and then she peeked out through the telescope, and LeVar Burton came out of nowhere. Bluey then screamed again, and this time waking up Bingo. For the third time, various drawings in the final picture caused Bluey to scream so loud that during her scream, there were station bells going off. The fourth nightmare had Bluey walking with various people and animals such as Churchill, Pompidou, Joseph Green, Winston, then Big, and Ashley Armbruster. It wasn't until after they saw the moon from The Legend of Zelda, it then came down on people, and Bluey screamed so loud that it immediately triggered Bingo to be thrown out of the room. Bluey was stuck sleeping in the hallway for the rest of the night. The next morning, the devil then appeared again in the courtroom and was filing Bluey's family and asked one of them to come down for an important discussion. The court was now in session, and I saw the entire conversation. I spotted some people, including Billy Bob Tandy, Charmix, and Jimmy. The devil then started the session saying, "Bluey Healer, you have been accused for not learning how to use a water gun that was given to you, and because of this, you will have to spend 5 years in the dungeon." There was nothing said to Bluey's family. They could only do is let Bluey was to pay to get her free, which was about almost $100, but they did not have that kind of money. After that, then it cuts to the credits with the damaged coda playing on the background. So yeah, I could see why the DVD made me go into religion. I decided to donate all my anime bath scene photos and books into a thrift shop after this. I then made my way towards the Baptist church in the city of Bakery, California. Since I had a discussion with a few Christians who were named General W.R. Munger, Barry Scott, Jury, Soapy Girl, Sancy Gown, Anthony Wiggle, and the Burger King. If you want to know the weirdest thing about this religion trip, well, we had to sing Mr. Bean theme song during the Christmas Eve concert. It had been nice chatting with you, but I gotta go perform a Christian song to a Sunday school. So long, partner. And that, my little pretties, was The Devil and Bluey Healer, a Bluey Lost episode creepypasta or funny pasta, written by Ashley Armbruster. Ashley Armbruster, I want to thank you so much for writing this story. Thank you for writing this story. I really do appreciate it. This was a really good story. Now, my final thoughts on this story. I actually found this story to be rather funny. Now, when I first read this story a few days ago, I was laughing, so I had to take multiple reads because I kept bursting out laughing because of how silly this story was and how funny this story was and how it went out was just flat out amazing and stuff. So that was actually one of the reasons why I ended up having to take multiple takes on this one. But after that, this story was just amazing, really well made, and it just really worked out really well. It was a really good story. I'm definitely have to say it was really, really good. Now, with that being said, I am just going to say this right now, that this story was actually pretty interesting in many ways I could count. Like, I love how all this went out. It was just flat out amazing. So I could definitely say that this one was really nice. I really do appreciate, the good grammar in the story, the sentence structuring, the storyline, basically everything about it, how it went out was just flat out amazing. I definitely have to say, to you, Offer, you did a really good job with the story. Even though the story, I know it's a funny pasta, and it does, and funny pastas don't usually tend to make a whole lot of sense. So I'm kind of willing to excuse that because, not every single funny pasta has to make like a whole lot of sense. But I could definitely say that this one actually did pretty good. Now, I actually liked the whole episode in question. Now, despite the cliches that were incorporated in this, I know this is a funny pasta, so I guess they're excusable, depending on it. So, depending on what it is exactly. But yeah, I could definitely say that this story actually fits out well with the whole concept, and it actually fits out well. And that's a very good thing when I have to say about this story, is because this story was actually pretty nice. I really do appreciate how everything went out. I do appreciate the good concept. It was just amazing. And that's definitely saying something because it was just amazing that this story actually had a really good concept and a really good opportunity for it. And that's the best thing what I like about this pasta is that it's believable. It's really well made. I know it's a funny pasta, so it doesn't really meant to take a whole lot of sense. And it's just really funny. I'm really saying that now. It's just really silly. Like, I actually found it to be really silly in regards to that. So, I guess I kind of already, explained, my, what I liked about it. So, is there anything that I have to say I wasn't a fan of or didn't like? I can't really find that answer. I just can't really find what's the actual issue with it or anything like that. But this story was actually really good. And that's definitely saying something because the story is really well made. I'm definitely going to be honest. There's a lot of time and effort into the story, and that's a very good thing because to be completely honest, most curry pastas nowadays that don't tend to make a whole lot of sense or anything, they just don't, I don't know what it is. They just don't seem to know, or at least don't seem to work out. Like, well, that's on Goshia, but with the sole exception of a few people, that's a story for another day. All right. Yeah, I definitely have to say, to you, Ashley Armbruster, you did a pretty good job with the story. So that's definitely at least something I'm definitely saying that now. That's definitely very good and well made. So, with that being said, I am going to sit here and say this. For what this, I've never heard of this show either, so I could definitely say that, I've never seen this episode, well, never seen the show actually, so I really don't really know about the show a whole lot because I don't know the show, but I could definitely say that the show actually did pretty interesting. Like, even though I'm not saying that the show is a ripoff of Peppa Pig. Well, it kind of reminds me of Peppa Pig. I don't know if this is like a ripoff of it or something, but yeah, you could feel free to comment on the comments below, Asher Armbruster. I would like to hear about this because I've never heard of this show. Actually, I've never heard of it. So just thought, I might as well, explain this for what this was. This was actually a really good story in regards to that. It was actually really well made in detail, and it actually fits out really well. I really do like this story, and this story was actually really well made and detailed. I'm definitely going to say that now. It's very well detailed, really well made, and this was pretty awesome. So, regards to how this story actually fits out well, I'm going to definitely say this. This story, I have to say, was amazing. It actually fits out well with the story. It actually was amazing. I really do like the concept. I like everything about this. It was really well made in detail. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say what I really do appreciate was I really appreciate that there was like a lot of time and effort into the story. It sucks that, not a lot of creepypastas do tend to sit there and do that nowadays, but this one did pretty good. So, I could definitely say that this story was actually really well made, really well detailed, and it was just amazing to be honest, which is awesome that I could definitely say. I really definitely have to say that this story I really do appreciate this, Ashley Armbruster. You did pretty good. So I guess I'm going to wrap up the review because, there's not really much more I have to say because I already explained what I liked and disliked about. I don't have anything to dislike about this. This one was actually a really good funny pasta. So, what are my final thoughts on the story? Now, I'm going to say this right now, and like I'm always going to continue to say that this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these curry pastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be a 10 out of 10. It's a great funny pasta, great concept, really well made. I really do appreciate the time and effort that was put into the story. Definitely liked it. I have to say, you actually did pretty good. So, Ashley Armbruster, you did a good job. I really hope you make more of these stories. This was awesome. And with that being said, what did you guys think about this curry pasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what have you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know your thoughts down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so that you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here. And I'll be catching you all in the next video. So if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, roll the outro because I'm out of here. And I'll be catching you all in the next video. So peace out, everyone. And I'll see you all next time.